Magic the Gathering cards have various rarities, from the ordinary common to the mythic rare.
And Pauper is a format where you play only with commons.
The decks are cheap, but they can be incredibly powerful.
We had our viewers vote on one deck to represent every year of the Pauper format.
And had a field of the strongest Pauper content creators pilot them in a 5-round tournament. And we finally have it. We have a top 8 of what could possibly be the best Pauper decks of all time.
And we are bringing you all the elimination rounds. And after 7 videos, we'll be finally ready to crown the best Pauper deck ever.
I'm on the play because the player who skillfully played my deck, Kerbelinski, came second.
Really excited to be here. It's incredible Goblins made it into the top 8. Bernas piloted it so well.
Yeah, I know him personally. Great player from Portugal. All right, good luck. I'll be on the play.
Good luck to you.
The deck I'm playing today is Ors of Pestilence. I actually have memories playing this deck a few years ago. The combo Pestilence plus Guardian of the Guild Pact is a really fun one. My starting hand is solid. I have a Radiant Fountain, which is going to return with a bounce land. The bounce land is basically card advantage, so it's like a 3 mana. I need to draw a second black source, but the hand looks solid. I got lands and spells, so I keep.
Same.
I'll begin by winning some life. 22 for me.
Oh no.
And it's your turn.
All right. We're here today with the people's hero, Goblins. We're an aggro deck. Play creatures, play burn spells, try to win the game quickly. One card that I would like to highlight is Goblin Bushwhacker. We have one here in our opening hand. That's the one that can really help us push through a lot of damage. I'm gonna start with a Goblin's Letter. Just 1/1 for 1. I can sack a goblin, give a creature +1/+1.
Okay, you wanna sacrifice it?
No.
Okay.
Maybe one day.
I'll take a draw. I'll bounce my Radiant Fountain with an Ors of Basilica, getting ready for some extra life gain here. And it's your turn.
All right, I'll take my turn. I'll go to combat, hit you for 1. I'll play a mountain, and then I'll add a Morg Raider and a Jack of Familiar to the board. Jack of Familiar, 2/2 for 1. Basically Goblin Guide without the haste and slight drawback. Really likes company, can't attack or block alone.
And these two cards are exactly the same.
They are exactly the same.
I'll tap and draw. I'll play this Radiant Fountain, so I go to 23. And then I'm gonna make sure that I have plenty life total to work with and play a Pristine Talisman. Tap, add a colorless, gain a life.
I will kick a Goblin Bushwhacker.
Whoa, that's actually a good one.
That's a lot of damage. When enters the battlefield, gets +1/+0 and haste my entire team, and I will attack you for 9.
I'll make it 8, gaining a life in response.
Fair, yeah. And I'll play a mountain and pass a turn.
I'll tap and draw. Unfortunately, I didn't draw land. I could play a Raid the Bones or a Night's Whisper looking for 1, but I think it's gonna be just safer to play Guardian of the Guild Pact, block something, and just try to survive until I draw a second swamp. Okay, I'll tap this again. I'll go to 16, and I'll play a Guardian of the Guild Pact, protection from monocolor. So pressure from you and your deck.
That's pretty good.
Go.
I'll untap. I will play a second Goblin Bushwhacker, kicked again. Go to combat, attack you with everything.
I'll block the bigger one.
So since these only can sacrifice goblins, and this one is not a goblin,
exactly.
We'll just take 8.
This Bushwhacker card is pretty good.
Play a land and pass it on to you.
Untap, draw. Not too much I can do here. I will just pass the turn back to you.
Draw for turn. I'll go to attacks.
Okay, before you declare attacks, I will play a Disfigure on your Goblin's Letter. -2/-2.
I'll sacrifice its suit's own ability and give +1/+1 to the Goblin Bushwhacker.
All right, you can attack now.
I'll attack you with these 3.
I'll block the Bushwhacker.
I'll use the Morg Raider, sacrifice the Bushwhacker, and give +1/+1 to the other Bushwhacker.
Perfect. I take 3 damage.
Take 3 damage. Then, before I pass the turn, I'll Lightning Bolt you.
In response, I'll gain a life.
In response, I'll Lightning Bolt you a second time.
No! Yes! GG. Sideboarding is gonna be challenging for this matchup because I have a lot of bad cards and actually not that many good cards to bring in. I have all the Night's Whispers, Read the Bones, and the Monarch cards, which are bad. And I have to bring in, honestly, just anything that's left in my sideboard. Even if the rest is not very good, I actually have to bring in extra ones.
So sideboarding is actually really easy. We don't really have a lot for this matchup. We're just gonna take out the Sparksmiths. Not really targets there that we can really hit. And we bring in 2 Flame Jabs, because those are the best thing we can bring in from our sideboard. They're not particularly great in this matchup, but better than the Sparksmith.
Okay, Felicia, I'm on the play now. Good luck.
Let's do this. Good luck to you.
I'm gonna keep.
Same here.
I'll gain a life, go up to 21, and pass to you.
Draw a card. And I'm going to play a Goblin Cohort. Can't attack or block unless I've played a creature spell this turn.
Draw for turn. I'll play a dead weight. -2/-2 to your cohort.
It's dead.
And then I play in Urns of Basilica, returning my top land. Go.
I'll play another Goblin Cohort. And I'll also play a Goblin Sledder.
Nice.
The guy we met in game 1. Sack a Goblin, give something +1/+1. Pass the turn to you.
Untap and draw. Circle of Protection from red. That is probably the best draw in my deck. Really, really happy. Now my chances to win this game skyrocket. I drew a very powerful card that will help me in this game a lot. It's the Circle of Protection from red. Ooh. This is a very old card. It got printed when Magic began, then they were printed some other time, like in Ice Age, but then they stopped because protection from a single color is not very fun. Pay a colorless, and you prevent all damage a source from that color deals you. I gain a life and pass the turn.
I'll untap and draw. I'll cast another Goblin Sledder, and I'll go to combat, and I'll hit you for 3. And then I will just Chain Lightning you.
Untap and draw. Play Swamp. I'll play a Pristine Talisman, which was not fast enough last game, but I have high hopes for this one. And then you didn't make a land drop. That must mean you have some spells. I'm gonna duress you. Do you have some spells?
I do.
Good enough.
Take the Bolt. Yeah.
And go ahead.
Draw. I will cast a Morg Raider, and then I'll go to combat.
What I'm gonna do is gaining a life up to 17, and then use the circle to prevent your Goblin Cohort.
Pass the turn.
All right, I feel good about this game. I don't know why, but I feel good. You're all the swamps.
This combination is just kind of brutal.
I'll gain another life, go to 16, play Chainer's Edict, targeting you, sacrifice a creature.
Sure, I'll sacrifice a Morg Raider.
Take this chance to castigate you. Let's see if you have a spell in your hand. It's your turn.
Untap and draw. I will cast a Morg War Marshal. 1/1 with Echo on ETB. I will make another Goblin. I'll go to combat. Hit you for 4.
I will pay 2 and prevent with the circle these 2 goblins here. So I'll only take 1 damage.
Pass the turn to you.
This typical Pauper gameplay of gaining slowly card advantage. I'm sure this is what the viewers want to see, right? If you watch Pauper, that's what you want to see. A life at a time over here.
Upkeep, I have a trigger here. I'll keep it around. And draw for turn. Play a mountain and play a Jackal Familiar.
Okay.
We know it from game 1, we love it. And I'll go to combat. Attack you with everything.
I'll pay 4, gain 1 up to 17, and I'll prevent 4 of your creatures, so only take 1 damage. Back to 16. Draw for turn.
Yeah.
What I want to draw is basically just lands now. You can go.
I'll play another Goblin Sledder.
Sure. You have 6
I
goblins.
would be more impressed by this.
I will just, prevent all of them. Gain 2 life in the process. Untap and draw. Ooh. Go.
I'll draw for turn. I'll go to combat.
Yeah. I'll prevent these 6 and gain 2 life. Untap and draw. All right, perfect. What I wanted to draw a land. Go.
Untap and draw. I'll go to combat.
Okay, 6. Yeah, I'll prevent it. Gain 2. I'm at 22. Land. I'm just gonna do it in your upkeep so you don't have to spend time.
All of them?
Go.
Draw for turn.
This one too.
All right, go ahead.
Untap and draw. Ooh, that's double it.
No. Untap and draw.
Okay.
Another one.
Another one. Oh no, one is gonna go through. Shouldn't have played the second. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. All right, yeah, you can attack me now.
Right, attack with everything.
I'll go to 26, and I'll prevent everything but the Smog War Marshal.
You take 1.
I take 1, okay. Untap and draw.
Go ahead.
Der Schwarze Tod. That's a very German word. It's the German word for pestilence.
I hate to see it.
I'll gain 2, yeah. So this card gives the name to my deck. And it says, pay 1 black, all players and all creature gets a damage. When no creatures are in play, Pestilence dies. I go to my end step now. It triggers at the beginning of your end step. So you go to your end step, and then you deal 1 damage to all creatures and all players. Pass priority.
In response, I will sack the Morg War Marshal, targeting one of my Goblin Sledders, which will trigger the Morg War Marshal. I'll get another Goblin, and then I'll sack both of the Goblins to give +1/+1 to the other 2 Goblins letters.
In response, I'll deal another damage to all creatures and all players.
I'm gonna sacrifice one of these letters, give +1/+1 to the other's letter.
Okay, so we each take 2 damage, and then...
And the only thing that survives is 1
Yeah,
soul
you lose
letter.
everything except that one.
Looks pretty bad. pretty bad. I'm gonna attack you for 1.
Prevented.
All right, then my main phase 2, I'm going to sacrifice it targeting itself.
Okay, so he dies, and then my Pestilence also dies. No! But before this dies, I'll deal 1 damage to each player. Untap and draw. Okay, I will gain 2 life.
Why?
And then I'll pay 7, and I will buy back this. So, Avinkar Justice deals 2 damage to each creature and each player, and it has buyback, so it goes back to my hand. And this is my clock over here. I'm gonna gain 2 life with the Pristine Talisman and losing them again, but in the meanwhile, you take 2. That's how Pauper decks win games.
Let's go to game 3, shall we?
Let's go.
So this time we're finally on the play. Really need that. On the play, this deck is a lot better, and I think we can get under some of his more oppressive stuff.
Good luck.
Good luck to you as well. A bunch of creatures which I really want to see when I'm on the play here. It looks like a very solid curve. I'm somewhat worried that maybe I run out of creatures to draw to play to keep attacking with those cohorts, but I'll keep this. This works.
Me too.
We're gonna start with good old friend Goblin Cohort. Go ahead.
The best.
2/2 for 1 that can't attack unless I've cast a creature.
I'll play a Duress.
I will gladly show you no non-creature spell.
No!
Untap and draw. Play a mountain. I'll play another Goblin Cohort. I'll attack you for 2. And I'll play a Morg Conscripts, which is basically a Goblin Cohort.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead, 1
Untap
card
and
in
draw.
hand.
I will make you sacrifice a creature. Choose wisely. You have a lot of choices over there.
I'll sacrifice the Goblin
The one
Cohort.
in the middle.
I'll untap and draw. I will play a Morg Flunkies.
Okay.
3/3 for 2 that cannot attack or block alone.
Okay.
I go to combat, attack you for 4.
I go to 14.
And then, post-combat main phase, I'll play another mountain, play another Goblin Cohort. Okay, go ahead. 1
Untap
card
and
in
draw.
hand.
So I could go Diabolic Edict, but I think the best play here is actually Deadweight, because Deadweight is gonna make sure that Monk Flunkies die when I play this Avinkar Justice in few turns. I'll play a Deadweight on your Monk Flunkies, giving it -2/-2.
Fair?
Then I'm gonna play my Oars of Basilica, bouncing a swamp, and it's your turn.
All right, I'll untap and draw for turn. Morg War Marshal, actually a really good draw. I need to keep drawing creatures so these Goblin Cohorts can continue to attack. I will play a Morg War Marshal. I will go to combat and I will attack you for 7.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. I go to exactly 7.
And then post-combat main phase, I will just chain back into you.
Untap
No cards in hand.
and draw. I'll play a Swamp and I'll play an Avinkar Justice. 2 damage to all creature and unfortunately all players. I'm barely alive here at 2 life.
Everything dies, Morg War Marshal triggers, and I get another Goblin.
Yep.
This board wipe may look bad, but it's honestly not that bad. He goes down to 2. I have a Goblin token here. I'm gonna take him down to 1.
Tough life over here. Go ahead.
There's so many draws. I have 15 life draws to just end this game right now. It's just knock the top of my deck and find something good here. Bushwhacker with haste. Attack you for 3.
Good game.
Yes! Good job, Goblins. Great job.
Yeah, good game.
Good game.
Good game.